Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. First and foremost, Happy New Year. I can't believe it is 2026. I'm actually even shocked, honestly. 2025 is over, but hey, it's a new year, so Happy New Year to everyone out there. Hopefully you all had a safe New Year's Eve and was safe and enjoyed yourself, and hopefully had a few good pours of whiskey as well. All right. So, what is new for the Judge? So, first and foremost, I am currently working on my next episode. This one, it takes a lot of time, honestly, to do it because I sip through a lot of different whiskeys to make sure that my top 10 list of 2025 is always, top of the line, right? So, I sip through a lot of whiskey, but hey, someone has to do the hard job of sipping and enjoying some fantastic whiskey. So, looking forward to that episode. Almost done with it. That one will release this Sunday, so really looking forward to that one. All right, so that is for 2025. In terms of upcoming pick for the Judge community, so we have a couple ones in the queue. These are barrel picks we've already did. We're waiting for them to be coming in, which they will be coming in very soon. Number one is the Reveries. Jay West, oh my gosh, Jay has access to some fantastic older whiskey down in Virginia. So myself and Patron went down there. We picked a hell of a barrel for our Bourbon Judge community, and let's just say, whew, it's epic. It's pretty damn good. That's number one. We also have a couple barrels coming in from Wild Turkey. Two different barrels, actually, from Wild Turkey. Single barrels. Those are joint picks, though. Those two with my good friends over at Stuff and Whiskey, as well as we did a Hirsch Double Oak. So those are coming in. We have a few other different barrel picks coming in for the Judge community. So we're ready to kick off 2026 in a good way for the Judge community. Absolutely. All right. So Judge, 2026 is here. What are a few different brands that you think will make their splash in 2026 and why, right? So I'm going to give you 5 different brands to look out for in 2026 that I think they're going to be a much bigger brand in the whiskey community in 2026. And I'm explaining the reason why for each one. Fair? All right. Last thing I will say, these 5, I'm not putting them in order. So I'm not saying number 1 is better than number 2, 3, 4, and 5, etc. Fair? All right. So these are all equal from that standpoint. All right. So number one on the list. Number one to me, this is slightly a bit of a curveball because it's not a state that is well known for whiskey. But their whiskey, they're making their own distillate now. They did source initially, but their own whiskey is, pretty damn good. Number 1 out of the state of Missouri. Yes. Rieger. Rieger private stock. They make their own bourbon, their rye. A lot of their whiskey, sometimes, not always, but a lot of the whiskey is also hazmat. Not that hazmat has to be better, but a lot of people out there do love a good hazmat. I'm actually in the process of doing a barrel pick with Rieger, so that will be coming out very shortly as well. We haven't picked the barrels yet, but it is definitely on the radar. We're in the works of securing our barrels, which is great. But Rieger, I'm telling you, this is a brand that is slowly making their way up. Let's call it the love for Rieger is definitely increasing across the whiskey community as a whole. So Rieger is number 1 of 2026 of brands that I think will make a big splash next year. Cool? All right, that's Rieger, number 1. Number 2. Oh boy. Number 2 is a brand, I talked about them a lot in 2025. They are slowly increasing from a production standpoint. And when you hear the name of this brand, the number one thing that stands out, it's not their finished products, which they do, right? It's not that. It's not the fact that their whiskey is made in a location that was a jail. It's not that. It's their double oak. Oof! Oh my gosh. Number 2, Southern Grace Distillery. This is Conviction Bourbon. So Southern Grace Distillery is based down in North Carolina. They make obviously a lot of finished products. They have like a VDN. Their Founder's Reserve is just straight bourbon whiskey that is always amazing and fantastic. Their single barrel whiskey is also fantastic. But their double oak, this is a regular single barrel. Their double oak is off the chains good. First and foremost, it's like anything else that's like out there on the market. It's also typically only priced like $45-50, so it's always very reasonable from that standpoint, and it's such a unique pour. It has a lot more of like a vanilla note to it, along with like the chocolate and the oak that you get from the barrel, but it's very unique and it is truly a home run, literally. So Southern Grace Distilleries, based out of North Carolina, they are on the map for 2026. This is a brand I guarantee you will hear a lot more about next year, and you should be on the lookout for them. I'm doing a barrel pick with them at the end of January, and I am ecstatic. Myself and like 10 patrons are going down to North Carolina, and we're doing a barrel pick with Conviction Bourbon or Southern Grace. That's number 2. All right, Judge, what is number 3 and why? So number 3 is a brand that I've talked about this brand a lot also in the past, but I think people are starting to realize that they too are making their own juice, like Southern Grace, like J. Rieger. This brand also number 3. They're making their own whiskey, which I love. They have a lot of different finishes, which is also pretty cool. I'm a big fan of finished whiskey. They also have like their own, they make American single malts, ASMs. A lot of people in the whiskey community in the US are starting to enjoy American single malts. They make those too. And the cool thing about their whiskey is that they make a lot of different products. It's always really good. It's typically always priced very fair, and the quality is consistent, truly consistent. Number 3, this is my barrel pick that I did with them, but I'm going to do another one probably in 2026. Cedar Ridge out of Iowa. Cedar Ridge, I'm telling you folks, they are on the rise. Notice, all 3 of these are craft distilleries. Do you see a trend here? Craft distilleries that are making amazing whiskey at great prices. They're not charging like these highly allocated prices of $400 and $500 for pappies and B-tax and all that. They are normally typically less than $100, and the whiskey can stand up there with the best whiskey in the market. So number 3, Cedar Ridge out of Iowa. All right, before I get to number 4 and number 5, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are some brands, in your opinion, you think are hot brands that people should watch out for in 2026. Last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right, here we go. Cheers. Woo! This whiskey is insane. So number 4, we're going to slightly jump off of the craft distillery route. We're going to go to an NDP. There's a lot of NDPs out there. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of NDPs. This NDP, what I like about them is, well, a couple things. Number 1, their whiskey is always priced very fair. Every time I've seen it in the market, it's always $80 or less. I don't see anything that's like $100 or more. Never. Number 2, they're sourcing their whiskey from all over, different places. But what's cool about them is that they're aging. Their aging is down in Tennessee. And the heat in Tennessee, especially where this distillery is, it gets a little bit of like that Georgia heat, some of like that Texas heat. So that heat it just does miracles to the whiskey. This is my barrel pick. This is probably one of the best bottles of whiskey I've ever had, probably honestly in my life. And it was truly, not only because it was my single barrel, but the whiskey itself is just flat out ridiculous. Number 4, J.W. Kelly. Now this is a J.W. Kelly single barrel pick from the Bourbon Judge community. This is a double oak. There's a lot of different J.W. Kelly double oaks out there, but there are certain places within some of their rick houses that produce this ultra fine 13th colony double oak, similar type of a product. And this one came from that part of the rick house. And it is absolutely one of the best products I've ever had in my life. The entire whiskey community within the Judge community love this bottle. Probably, I would say it still might be the all-time favorite barrel pick from the Bourbon Judge community. It's straight fire. That is number 4. Love J.W. Kelly. Love everything they have. They have their bourbon. This is their double oak bourbon. We also did a rye with them, a sweet Silver Springs rye, single barrel. That was epic as well. So they have some really good products from J.W. Kelly. Be on the lookout for this brand. I'm telling you, that is a hot brand on the market, folks. You better know. Now you know. All right. So Judge, what is number 5 and why? So number 5, I guess it's kind of like a craft distillery. I mean, they are larger, but because they're based in Kentucky, but they're not like the big boys like your Jim Beams and Makers. They're not like that. They still are on the smaller scale. So I guess they kind of quote unquote fit in that craft distillery setup, if you will. For this distillery, they too started off many years ago sourcing their whiskey. But what I love about them is now they're putting out their own distillate, right? That's very important. They're putting out their own distillate, great quality. Great price points, always $50, $60, $70. And you're starting to see different variations. The small batch, then they put out this version, which you'll see here in a second. And now they even have another new version that's out. But number 5 on the list, none other than James E. Pepper. James E. Pepper, this decanter bottle, I know a lot of people say it kind of varies by batch, but I've had a good number of batches from different friends that own this bottle. In my opinion, they've all been spectacular. My batch, I think is 36, right? It's 36? No, 40. Batch 40 is also an amazing bottle. I saw recently online, they just came out with like a gold label, which is like a different proof point, I believe, and a different age. That too, from what I've heard from other friends in the whiskey market, is also an amazing bottle of whiskey. So they're putting out new whiskey, different batches, different types, different proof points, always still not breaking the budget, and they're also great quality. So this is the 5th brand to be on the lookout for in 2026. I'm expecting big things from James E. Pepper. All right, my friends, as we say in this courtroom, peace, cheers, salute, happy new year, much love and respect. Take care, everyone. See you guys.